And we are back. We are back at the bottom of the hour. We are talking some more sports here. Jimmy Garoppolo, he is expected to be waived by the Vegas Raiders. Also, we talked about Kenny the Jet Smith and Kenny Smith being people having fake outrage about him absolutely telling the truth on TV. I don't care how harsh it was. We are going to go back to the NBA because the Brooklyn Nets they fired Jacque Vaughn after 8-23 stretch. Brooklyn became the third NBA team to change coaches this season. Now, this comes from Sam Quinn from CBS Sports. Again, the Nets now 21-33 have fallen out of the top 10 of the Eastern Conference and now will make a change with 28 games left on their regular season schedule. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, that's the dumb part right there. You fire him, and he's not far out of striking distance to be a team in the play-in situation. I mean, teams go through droughts where you have a losing streak. Maybe you drop, 2 games here, 3 games there, but then you can also have a winning season. Teams rebound after the All-Star break. Also, this isn't the first time that any of this has went down. I mean, Vaughn took over the Nets under less than ideal circumstances after serving as interim coach in 2020 after the firing of Kenny Atkins. He remained on staff under the new coach, which was Steve Nash. When Nash got fired early last season, Vaughn was again tapped as the interim replacement. So it's not like he hasn't seen this before. It's not like he hasn't seen any of this happen when they had gotten rid of Atkins, then they got rid of Steve Nash, and now him. So, to be honest with you, he had to know he was on borrowed time dealing with the new. Well, I keep calling them the New Jersey Nets. I don't know because they're never going to be Brooklyn to me. Because I remember the New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin and Richard Jefferson. I remember those guys. They had a great team. They played some really great basketball. They even played in a couple of playoff games in Western Conference Finals. Not Western, Eastern. They were pretty good. They were really good. Anyway, so from a standpoint of loyalty, they should have let the man finish the season. I mean, look at everything that they've been through, and he's been really there standing by that organization with so much turnover. It just, to me, it felt like this was just a knee jerk reaction that didn't need to happen. And it could come and bite him in the butt. It could come and bite him in the butt when you get down the road. And we'll talk about that more and get a little bit more into this story when we come back from a quick 20-second break, 20-minute break, 20-second break from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Subway, eat fresh, refresh. Try any of the new Subway Signature Series sub sandwiches out there. You can even get a foot long cookie or pretzel or churro. Subway, eat fresh, refresh. Download the app or visit the good folks at your local Subway. Order online. Subway, eat fresh, refresh. So, when you go a little bit more into the story, you talk about the season with the extension talks with Kyrie Irving. That broke down and he sought a trade. The Nets sent him to Dallas and followed that up with a move dealing Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns. So the owner trying to prove a point on Kyrie. And again, I don't care how people feel about Kyrie one way or the other. The man didn't endorse anything. All he did was post about a documentary that he probably felt that was that he liked or whatever. But I think that would fall under his freedom of speech. He didn't say that he hated anybody or he wanted anybody to get hurt. So it was the phony outrage and the whole hand wringing, and the owner wanted to flex his muscle, and so he traded one of the best one of the best point guards in the last 10 years of the league. He traded him all because he wanted to be tough and show that he had public sentiment. Look what that got you. And then y'all got rid of Kevin Durant. And any of this, it's not Jacque Vaughn's fault. Jacque Vaughn didn't make these trades. He only had to coach the pieces that you all acquired for these trades. And then you blame him when it didn't work out. It's crazy. You get rid of two Hall of Fame players, and then you're asking him to win with no weapons. They lack star power of Durant and Irving, but the Houston Rockets owning so many of the first round picks from James Harden trade. That's right. James Harden did play or try to play for them. And then James Harden did what James Harden always does. He goes somewhere, he stinks it up, and they got rid of him. And then they got rid of him for Ben Simmons, that trade. And then that didn't materialize because Simmons has been hurt off and on this year. So let's get this straight. Jacque Vaughn didn't trade Kyrie. He didn't trade Kevin Durant. He didn't even strike the deal for James Harden. You gave him Ben Simmons, who's actually hurt now. And I think he got hurt again, and he came back for a couple of games in this stretch. You don't have any weapons out there. Yeah, you got Michael Bridges, or Mikal. I don't know how you pronounce that first one. I think I was right the second time. However, you have him and you have some young players with potential. You're in a rebuild, and now the Houston Rockets, they own so many of the draft choices that you have. This was not justified. This move was totally knee-jerk reaction. You're asking somebody to go win with less. And then you're mad when they have to actually coach the decisions that you approved and made. This is stupid. Again, Vaughn is the third Eastern Conference coach to be fired this season. The Washington Wizards, they made a coaching change from Wes Unseld Jr. to Brian Keefe, while the Milwaukee Bucks, they got rid of Adrian Griffin with Doc Rivers, and we covered that here. And Doc Rivers was being very snaky to where he was a secret consultant or whatever, and for the Milwaukee Bucks, and they had him already lined up for the job. They just needed more people to complain and cry about Adrian Griffin. And to be honest with you, Adrian Griffin should have been coaching the All-Star game because he's the one who had at that record. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, that's it for me on that. I thought that was a real snaky move. That means that 20% of the Eastern Conference has already made coaching changes this season. And in the offseason, they anticipate there will be more. CBS Sports. I think this is scapegoating culture. And the scapegoating culture as it exists in the NBA. The GMs and the owners make beyond stupid moves and force the coaches to try and make it work. When it doesn't, boom, you're out of a job. And that ain't right. Because nobody has called out the New Jersey, well, I said New Jersey again, Jesus, Brooklyn. I just remember so many great players from the New Jersey Nets, the Derek Colemans, the Kenny Andersons, the Peja Stojakovic. No. Stojakovic was in, he was playing Drazen Petrovic. That's the guy who played in New Jersey. Peja Stojakovic played in Sacramento. But so many good players from that era. And I'm just like, Brooklyn. Huh? So I don't know. Anyway, but these GMs and the owners make horrible decisions, and they ask the coaching staff, you can win. You can win without all-star talent. And that's not true. None of that It's true. So, again, terribly sorry about Jacque Vaughn. I know he's going to land on his feet. He's going to be successful wherever he goes. He's a good coach. And we just look forward to seeing his next move. As for Brooklyn, I don't know what they're going to do. They still won't make the playoffs this year, so there's no need to cheer for any of that ridiculousness. And we'll see where they shake out. But if you look at it, no, not where they are right now, but if you look at how far they've fallen, at one point they were the early odds-on favorite to be in the NBA Finals. Back when Kyrie was there, then Durant, and then all of this happiness and exuberance when James Harden came to town. I mean, everybody was go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn. And then in a matter of 3 years, they're destitute. That doesn't make sense. Oh, well. However, we will keep rocking. Going to be back at the bottom of the hour. This is Big Vern at App Stupid.